thing about being a hypochondriac without health insurance. I mean, there's way too many ways to self-diagnose yourself these days. In the beginning, it was just WebMD, you know? You have an earache? Come on over to WebMD and see what kind of cancer you have. Like, it was really, really simple. But now you've got Google, you've got Yahoo Answers, which even I will recommend reading with a gigantic grain of salt, depending on the amount of typos any book products you see in the answer. And then, most recently has been Facebook. The other day, I was just trolling the old newsfeed because I choose not to succeed in life. And I ran across this article written by a nurse that talked about all of the hidden signs of heart attacks in women. Apparently, women's heart attacks and men's heart attacks can feel very different. It's not always left arm pain and clenching your heart, I'm coming, Elizabeth, kind of stuff. 3 points. 3 points to all of you who got that right. Congratulations. You know, apparently it can be much more subtle. In her experience, it went a little something like this. She felt indigestion, then she fell down, then she called the ambulance. And I'm reading this, I'm like, I need more information than that. That is not enough information. I feel indigestion on a daily, if not hourly basis. Like, am I always on the verge of a major cardiac arrest? I don't know. I don't know. Apparently so. And it's even worse while I'm driving. Because already my baseline level of hypochondria is about a 4.2 on the Richter scale. But add in the possibility of having a brain aneurysm on the 405 and wiping out 6 people in the process, I mean, then one of my very worst fears becomes a very real reality, which is having my IMDb page read, died in Los Angeles. Like, I don't do coke. I've never even seen a heroin needle. There should be no reason for me to die in Los Angeles. But I would say I spend about 3 or 4 hours a day worrying about dying. Not actively, just sometimes I see things that, you know, make my spidey sense tingle. I don't know. So, you know, and it's not about things that normal people worry about. You know, I'm not worried about dying from driving through Compton in the middle of the night, because first of all, you will never see me in Compton. I Google every place I've never heard of before I go to make sure it's not the ghetto. I'm like, IKEA? Carson? Let me Wikipedia those demographics real quick. That's not a joke. But, you know, for me the problem is that the entire world, to me, is just one giant final destination sequel waiting to happen. And maybe it's because I lived in New York City for too long, where, you know, there were legitimate things to be afraid of, like terrorism, and people pushing you into the tracks, and electrified subway tracks, and criminals, and cops, and terrorism, and 150-year-old elevators, and terrorism, and umbrellas. Yeah, no. You guys don't have rain here. It's very, to me at least, it's very easy to just pop open an umbrella, have lightning strike, and then boom, you're dead. You know? It seems very plausible. But here, there's a whole new list of things to be worried about, from your earthquakes, to your wildfires, to your Lindsay Lohans. You've got, I mean, even right now, you know, there's alcohol poisoning, date rape, I'm sorry, but you're dead. You know, a good 5.2 quake, I think, could jostle these things and land on your head, sir. I'm very sorry, but you are also dead. It's just things that go through my head, and it's really hard being in my brain sometimes, because most people in the globe dream about living in sunny California next to the beach, and I actually get to do all of these things, but I can't enjoy them the way I'm supposed to. Because you take something as simple as surfing, which is a nice, healthy water sport, you get your adrenaline going, but I see wipeout, dead, shark attack, dead, being strangled by seaweed and dragged to an early watery grave, dead. Sunbathing, you know, get a nice tan, soak up some vitamin D, also soak up some cancer, and cancer. You're dead. And say you play it safe. No water, no sun. I'm just going to take a nice romantic moonlit stroll down the beach. But I ask you this, in your romantic moonlight, can you see the giant tsunami about to crash into you? No, you can't, you're dead! So, yeah, that's my time. Get home safe.